We have Sizzling Gay. She's just come back from a really long spell. She went out with a bit of a back problem, and she's really come back in big and strong. It's a bit cold to be getting the rugs off them today, so I won't take the rug off just now. She's been out this morning and she just wants to have a rest now, but really strong filly this time. And she always shows city class ability, but I just couldn't get it quite to put it together, and that might have been obviously was the problem. She was sore. She just couldn't quite get it back right, but she's had a good enough spell now that she should be right. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see what she ends up with this preparation. She's a lot stronger filly, being by Snitzel. You know, obviously a great stallion, the leading stallion in Australia now, so she's worth a fair bit of money down the track, I'd imagine, as a broodmare, and particularly if we can win in town with her. So that'll be the aim this time. Hopefully we can get some wins on the board, and then maybe slip one into town if she can put it together. But she's a lot stronger horse. Here we have Seeking Asylum. She's just had a trial at Warwick Farm last week, trialled really well. And let's see how she pulls up. Obviously just today she went for a trot and canter. There's a race for her on the 25th at Randwick. She actually raced in it last year and ran second first up, but she was coming off 2 trials. So I just want to make sure that she's fit enough to cope with it all. She seems to have come through it all right. She's eaten well, and you see she's just eating the hay here at the moment. That's her breakfast. But yeah, there's a few good races for her. She is predominantly a wet tracker, this filly, so I would like to see this weather hang around for her. I just saying to the boys this morning, I bet you it dries up now that this girl's ready to race. All the form's on slow to heavy tracks, so yeah, we've got a few options. As I said, she's got the race on the 21st, it says 25th at Randwick. There's also a race at Canterbury on the 26th. There's another one up at Tamworth on Tamworth Cup Day. It's a 65 grade race over 1200 for fillies and mares. So there's a few options for her, but I'd like to let the weather guide us as to which way we go. G'day guys, here is Cosmic Rush. He ran 4th last start at Kembla Grange, and just didn't quite run the 1400 out, but it was, I think, a combination of just, he's a really good doer. He might have got a little bit fat between runs, and it was 3 weeks between runs, so up to the 1400 on a heavy track. Just found him out late. We've got him nominated for this weekend at Nowra. There's a 1200 metre race down there for him on a wet track, and I've also thrown him in the noms for Taree on Tuesday. The Taree Cup's on next week, and we're taking next level up, so we thought, well, we're taking one, we might take 2, but we'll just see what the noms look like later today. But yeah, look, he's poking along nicely. He's due to win a race, aren't you, big fella? He's just got to get the conditions to suit on the day. His last 2 runs, he probably 2 starts back at Newcastle, he got back too far in a race where they ran home in 33 up front. So it was leader dominated that race, and he actually took ground off them. I thought his run was good. The other day at Kembla Grange, we rode him forward at a 1400, and he was just found out late. So I think next start, given the right opportunity, he should be very hard to beat. G'day guys, here's Express Point. She's racing tomorrow at Warwick Farm. She's come up with about a $16 chance in what looks to be a very strong race at the moment, but she does handle it wet, which most will struggle through the conditions. Had a big storm on Sunday night, which has kept the track in the heavy range. So 1200 metre fillies and mares. She ran 3rd last week at Warwick Farm, so she's got a 7-day backup, and she's in great order leading into this race. She's pulled up really well, eating her head off. She's almost smashed all the hay already. Guys, here's Star Turbo, the wonder horse in the stable. I always say he's been a great horse to us. He's off to Doomben this weekend for a 1050 metre race. He's going really well, trialled really well the other day at Warwick Farm. Ran 42.5 or something for the 800, unbelievable time for I think it was 7:40. But he's in great order. He'll go to Doomben sometime this week, probably on Wednesday night, and hopefully he'll draw well up there. Tracks will be much drier than here, but really happy with the old boy. He's going to freshen up, and it'd be nice to get a win before the carnival starts in Queensland. see where we end up after that run. We may come back and aim up at the Hawkesbury Sprint. They've got an 1100 metre race at Hawkesbury. He could end up out at Scone. There's a race out there on the 13th as well. So plenty of options for the old boy. Shouldn't say old, should we, mate? But been a good horse to the stable, I've got to say. Like to have a stable full like him. Well, he's saying this morning, talking about him, how he struggled to win his second win. And here he is now, a $500,000 earner. Competitive every time he steps out in the right grade, of course. Hey, buddy. Guys, here's your gelding by Sebring out of I Love Rubies. He's obviously been gelded between preps, and he's coming along really, really well. Much easier horse to handle and a much more focused horse, and I think a lot lighter muscled horse as well, so he's more athletic now. He was just too bully before, too big and heavy, too quite cumbersome, and now he's built like a racehorse. Quite a character still, certainly hasn't dulled his personality being gelded, has it, mate? He's got his baby teeth starting to fall out. He's got a new one growing. Hey, buddy. But yeah, good personality horse, and I'm really, really happy that now that he's been gelded. We'll have a racehorse now. He's been in work for about 30 odd days now, and he's come along really well. He had a bit of an injury before he went out for a long spell, and there's been no sign of the recurrence of it. No swelling, no soreness, no lameness. So at this stage the preparation's going well. Just got a little temperature this morning. See, he's eating his breakfast and he's eating his hay. He's a little bit swollen in his back legs. His temperature was up to about 38.9. So we've taken a blood count. We'll make sure he's okay before we step up into his work again. Just had an easy morning this morning, but he might just have a little bug brewing, and we'll sort that out over the next 24 hours. But he's a lovely horse. I've always had a big opinion of this horse, and I think he's a city class horse without a doubt. He's just had that little injury to his fetlock which set him back, so he should be fine. Hopefully trial in the next 3 to 4 weeks, as long as this doesn't turn into something like a cold or something like that. So if he comes through it well, he'll be ready to trial. See you, mate. Hey guys, here's one of our stable favourites, Cosmic Cameo. Just resting his head on me. Hey buddy. He'd be trialling in a couple of weeks' time, probably the 21st or 24th at Hawkesbury. His 21st is at Warwick Farm. So coming along well, we're really happy the way he's going. Good time of the year for him to be coming in during the winter time. All the carnival's finished, everyone goes to Brisbane, there might be some races for him. So he is in great order, and we'll give him a nice sound out next week. Gallops have been pretty good lately. He's just come along like he always does. He just gets fit and he gets to the track, don't you, buddy? Hey? Good boy. Hey guys, I've decided not to run test the Shadow this weekend over 2,000 metres on that Randwick track. I just can't see any upside of running on that track at the moment. It's a disaster on the weekend again, so I think what I'll do is I'll freshen him up. I'll trial him on the 21st at Warwick Farm over 1,200 metres, and then we will go around in the Hawkesbury Cup. That date is the 29th, so he can bring an early birthday present for me, that'll be good. And then on the 13th we'll head out to Scone for the Scone Cup. That's over a mile. That's a $200,000 race over a mile on the big track at Scone. So a couple of really good options for this fella. Not quite as strong as the races, obviously, like a Doncaster, but we're starting to come into the time of year where we hope to get some better tracks. We've had a lot of rain this autumn, so with a bit of luck we get a dry winter, because I think, no doubt that he does handle it wet, but he really likes it dry, and I think that's when he'll really excel. So it'd be nice to get away with a race like a Hawkesbury Cup or a Scone Cup, that's for sure. Add that to the CV, mate, eh? What do you reckon? We'll do that. Good boy. G'day guys, here is Next Level. He trialled really well at Warwick Farm last week, and the plan now is to go to the Tari Cup, which is on the 18th to 12.50. Then he'll step up to the 30th at Tamworth, which is the Tamworth Cup, which is over 1,400. So we've sort of identified these races early on, and very hard horse to place. His rating's quite high, and he probably, with his rating, it probably has him better placed around the country tracks in these country cups and what have you. So he's certainly going better than last campaign. We had a bit of an issue last time where he was A bit of a stretch out there. He had a bit of a back problem last time through, so gave him a nice spell. We've fixed that, and he's in great order now. He's trialling and he's working like he used to, like when he was winning them races at the previous campaign when he put them couple together. So with a bit of luck, this preparation we get him to put a couple more together, a couple of nice races. The Taree Cup and the Tamworth Cup would be nice to put up on your mantelpiece, that's for sure. Okay guys, here is a gelding by Sebring out of Princess Gemma. He's a later maturing type. He's 3-year-old, hasn't raced, hasn't trialled, but we've given him every opportunity to make a racehorse. He's bred to stay actually, or at least a middle distance type horse, so we didn't push him. He's in work now heading towards the trials. He's had a few preparations just for education, but he's a monstrous horse, very, very solid, very strong horse, and a very intelligent horse as well. Love the Sebrings, had a lot of luck with them over the years, and I really like this gelding. I think this preparation will see him get to the track, that's for sure, and hopefully get him up over a bit of a trip. And just a really nice horse to deal with as far as we've had much, we've had him in the stable for about a month now, and he's really settled in well and moves really, really fluently, and he does 2 laps of the track at a good strong canter of a morning, and you can tell that he's going to get ground. He does that quite easily. Hey buddy. But anyway, if you know anyone wants to share in a horse, I'd be certainly looking at this fella, because all the hard work's been done. He's 3-year-old and he's ready to race. Aren't you buddy?